5 years ago, we bought this abandoned piece of land in Portugal to try to find another way of living. And since then, we've been building our base camp and living spaces, regenerating the land, while facing many challenges as we figure out our way.
And every 10 updates, we discuss some of those challenges, specifically the updates ending with an 8. So if you're curious about camp life, beyond the projects and videos that we do here, you've come to the right place. There's going to be a lot of information this week, so get yourself ready. Welcome to a new Project Camp update. Okay, so here in camp, summer has definitely begun. Although we had a really rainy start to the season, things have really heated up, and that's been quite a challenge adjusting to. Luckily, we got a lagoon. That is much cooler. Very nice. Usually with the challenges at camp, we talk more about the logistical challenges with the projects, but never really with the personal side of things. So we're gonna go check in with some of the campers and see what challenges they're dealing with while living here.
What is your biggest challenge in camp right now?
Oh, the heat. It's hot. It's hot and dry. I just escape into the bottom of the sketchy ruin and then it's all good.
My biggest challenge is a lack of ice cream.
Good question. I think now with this heat, a lot of fly come out. The bathroom is full of fly, and there is fly everywhere. So annoying, but it's summer.
Or just joined the camp and just a weekend, so no challenges in terms of the camp itself, but this week it was really hot.
To find a better way of living.
They change a little bit. I would say keeping the kitchen exciting, cooking 2 meals a day, every day, with kind of the same ingredients. How do you keep it fun? That's it.
What is your biggest challenge in camp right now? I see.
I would say to finish the interior of the ruin before I leave.
Engaging with new people. I guess that coming back for a couple of years is easiest to engage with people who come back year after year. The perspectives of the projects are different, ways of work. So yeah, I'm kind of struggling to engage or interact with a lot of new people in camp.
Biggest challenge in camp is being sick when it's 40 degrees, not having anywhere to go with our sickness.
No challenges. I love my job.
Whew. Too many to name. Yes.
After 20 hours.
20 hours.
What challenges do you have in camp?
No challenges at all. Not yet, so far.
That's interesting to hear. It's cool to hear from the campers side of things. But now for our previous challenges, we are going to look back at how things have changed in the last 10 weeks since update 138. And for our current challenges as well, we're going to go through what we're currently struggling with. As for the Q&A, if you want to check that out, that is on Patreon right now. So you can subscribe there, leave your comments for the next challenges video, and maybe it'll get answered. But before you go rushing off to become a Patreon for Project Camp, we're going to check in on the previous challenges from last update.
In the last challenge video, we talked about 2 sides of the landscaping pod.
The rough and the care.
We are a small team, but till now we are taking care of the small areas in a very efficient way. Okay, enough, go away. Okay. We are doing a good work in the care, and the rough, bigger areas full of mimosas, we wanted to outsource work, but it's been more difficult than we expected. We have been talking with many companies, but they were all booked. So unluckily, we'll be not able to chop this big patch before the fire season, which is...
So yeah, another year with another fire risk. Becomes a bit repetitive each year. As you can see, summer is coming, it's very dry, it even sounds dry. It's the same thing every year, and last year actually the fires came very close. We even had to evacuate the whole camp. Luckily nothing happened, but it got very close. Anyway, we do every year improve our safety protocols and we change the land around us so there's less fire risk, but in the end there's still a lot of mimosas around us, which is actually quite a downside that we couldn't manage to outsource that big patch to be chopped, because it would have been a big fire break between the big mimosa patch and the base camp where we are. So hopefully we stay safe this year and we can chop it later in the season. And another downside is also that during this hot summertime you're legally not allowed to use things like the digger and power tools like a chainsaw. So there are certain moments you can do it, but most of the time not. So this makes the landscaping work much harder to continue in this period.
Since the last challenge video, we have been improving quite a lot our protocols, and this to increase the safety during the work. But we didn't only do that. We became in general more aware, and therefore we also bought some more safety gear, but we also did a first aid course. And hopefully this improves a lot the safety during our work, but obviously it's not going to be everything covered, but work in progress.
No news for the community center. We are still waiting for the municipality to approve our project. It's there, we are waiting for paperwork, so please approve us.
Okay, thanks for that, Adrian. So that's where we're currently at with all of our previous challenges, but let's check in on a couple new ones.
This year in camp, the ratio between men and women is unbalanced, but like every other season. Right now in the moment we are 2/3 of men in camp and 1/3 of women. And this always brings us to the question of what is the reason behind this? But we don't have the answer, to be honest. What we do know is that 85% of the viewers are male and only 15% are female. So maybe that's the reason why we don't get so many female applications. But then, are there any other reasons behind this? We would like to understand. That's why we're gonna chit-chat with the woman in camp. Hello there! How are you all doing?
Good. Are you in a stocking shoot?
Okay. Why do you think there are fewer women in camp than men?
We don't know, just come.
How do you think we can improve this?
Well, I didn't know before I came that there were fewer women than men. So I think by letting you guys know in this way that there is a disbalance, maybe that will help some things.
I would say that we can continue to help feel women more empowered in their positions and in their capacities.
Did you have any doubts before coming to Project Camp?
I had seen the shower from season 3.
This is the shower.
Which had big gaps in the walls, and I was a bit nervous about privacy. Yeah, but in the end it got upgraded anyway, so it was fine.
And my last question for you would be, how did you take the step to come to Project Camp?
Because I think that this place fits really well with me, and yeah.
Because I like adventure.
I'm a bit impulsive. So.
Wanted to do it for a very long time, but it never worked out with work. And then I decided I'm gonna make it work. And then I came.
That was too long ago. I just forgot. Okay. But thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the answers. Those are the answers from the woman in camp. Bye.
Bye.
Almost forgot. And then, dear female viewer, what do you think? Your answers would help us improve and solve this challenge. And also, if you're a female and want to come to camp, why not take the step? You can let us know in the comments.
Very happy to have this machine here, but it already broke a couple of times, which make the work slower. When we bought it, we thought that was a standardized model, but weird, apparently is a kind of unusual import model, which brings some challenges. For example, it took a lot of time to find the manual. We tried many things like contact the sellers, we tried with the AI, ChatGPT, we asked for help to the community, and nothing. Finally we found one in Chinese, We are trying to translate it, but still very difficult. Another annoying thing is that we still have some budget for upgrades, but it's been a difficult task. For example, we want an hydraulic thumb or new buckets, for example, to dig trenches. But yeah, it's very difficult to find the right model or the right seller. We contact some of them and they say that because it's not a standardized model in Europe, they are not very sure if their attachments are gonna fit in here. So guys, if you have any idea or suggestions, please go to the research module.
One challenge we have is around our documentation, because we see it as our goal to document everything properly for you guys so you can use the information. But it's quite hard to do this because on the one hand you have, let's say, the workspace that has the actual knowledge and technical drawings, but it tends to be a bit like messy and scattered. And then you have the graphic designers that need to clean that up, but they don't really understand the drawings. So you kind of need a person there in the middle that kind of understands enough technically to know what they're doing, but also has the graphic skills to actually make it look good. And it's quite a hard position because not many people like that kind of nerdy in between. If you like this, you can actually still come and help us out here. Same for making videos, also making the videos that are somewhat educational, but also interesting to watch, like there in the middle. So go to projectkamp.com if you want to help out.
So as Cameron said, it's getting quite hot in camp. It's not the hottest days of the year yet, but we are already noticing some consequence from it. And one of them is like our inverter is constantly overheating because of the temperatures outside, but also because of the high power usage at the same time and during longer periods. So this means that this guy gets hot and hot and hot until cuts down the electricity from the camp. And we notice it everywhere in the camp. We run out of electricity suddenly in the office or in the kitchen. We could have different solutions. We could install a fancy cooling system, but it's kind of hard in this setup we have now. We could upgrade the whole system, but it's actually not a good moment for it because we are gonna set up our main solar system in the community center soon. So we are actually looking for a fast solution for this season until we set up our new solar system there. If you have a fast solution that can help us, please, you can tell us in the comments. Otherwise, we will think about something.
Another challenge, finding second-hand furniture. Yes, that's quite a difficult one, and maybe you have seen it in the update when we were making the interior of the fridge box. And it might have seemed easy, but it wasn't necessarily. We have been spending quite a lot of days searching for even stores, because there are not that many around here. And then for actually finding pieces of furniture that fit into this smaller space. And finding all the right measurements and all the elements needing to fit together is quite a challenge. Besides that, second-hand furniture, it's not that they have 10 of them in one batch. So if you find the right one, it's better to decide right in the moment, because otherwise the day after it might be gone. Besides then, when you find that piece of furniture that you want to have, it's kind of hard because you still need to mix and match with all the other elements that you already bought. And they might have different styles, different colors, and that's not very easy to remember because you don't have them with you all the time. So in terms of memory, pretty handy to remember what kind of furniture you already bought and what kind of style they have. Also around timing, we don't have a huge time frame, and neither we don't have a storage place to store pieces of furniture that we actually already liked. So it needed to be quick and somehow coherent. And then when you also find a piece that is really nice but just has something a little broken, like this one, we might need to fix it. And also that is taking just a little bit of more effort, creativity and time. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. So now great, we have done already a pig trailer, we have the fridge box interior ready, we also already have some second-hand furniture in our office, but we still have some new buildings coming up. And that was, for example, the granite ruin or the brick ruin, and they would also need some furniture. So where in the Netherlands it's maybe a common thing to buy and then sell again second-hand or even give it away, in Portugal it's not necessarily the case, because here people really preserve their pieces of furniture until they are really falling apart, which is pretty cool. but therefore we cannot find easily second-hand furniture. So we don't really know if going for second-hand furniture is the best approach here, but if you have any other suggestions, please let us know in the comments.
Okay, so that is everything which we are facing here at Kamp at the moment. Those are our challenges. And if you like what we're doing, then you can support us on Patreon. You can go check out that Q&A. You can see next week's update already, plus all the extra content that we post on there. It will be in 4K, no advertisements, and it really helps us to not have to rely on the YouTube algorithm. But if not, that's not a problem. We will see you here next week at the same time, the same place. Thank you guys very much for watching.